Good morning.
Good morning.
How you
Good
doing?
morning. Yeah. How you doing? I'm good.
We have a question
Q&A.
from. We received an email about a question.
Who
We
sent
want
it?
to make
Where
a
does it mail
Q&A.
came from?
But one question. Well, it's about. Oh, did I have to mention the
Okay,
name?
and what is it
Who
about?
sent it? It's about.
What's
The
the
mail
mail
comes
about?
from somewhere, I guess, in Miami, and they wanna. They have a
Oh
pool,
yeah,
you know.
I had that one
The
pool
pool.
once.
They commissioned it to a pool.
I was commissioned
Mosaic,
to
and
a
they
pool.
ask how
Oh,
to prepare the
let
mosaic
me
and how
explain
to
somewhere.
install all
Can
that
you
stuff.
please drive me somewhere?
You wanna answer?
You know the biggest pool you saw ever here in Izmir? Please drive me to there. I'm gonna talk about the pool and all that experience that I had.
To a big pool.
Okay, go for it.
Hey, what's up? Okay, I got that email yesterday, which is a very important part of installing mosaic in a pool. No matter it's a swimming pool or just a pool in a garden, you know, about the docks and stuff, or even it's okay, that was bush. There are a couple of points you have to take care about. What happened otherwise? You know, you will get that call. It says, hello, Mr. Ayhan, we have got a problem in the pool, so what's up? We need to fix it. Why we need to fix it? Because some tiles are, you know, swimming in the pool very alone, come out from the mosaics and to the pool surface and stuff on the water surface. So, what that means is actually it means all that water needs to get out, you know, off the pool, and then you need to fix it. You need to wait until it comes dry. Imagine a pool 9x6, and then you fix it somehow if you can, and after you need to fill that pool again with water. It will cost you thousands of thousands, believe me. So to don't get that phone, you should extremely take care about some points. The first thing is, you know, I made a pool mosaics a couple of years ago and I had that problem, definitely. What I've learned from that is the next time when I get a pool mosaic stuff, you know, with installing or installing not, even in the WordPress, in the workshop process, there are many things you have to take care about. The first thing is take it seriously like this. It's the same what the pool does. You know, when you fill it with water, all that pressure, you know, will affect each mosaic tile you stick on your, you know, whatever it is in your workshop. So the first mistake I made was I used mosaic mesh. Why it was a problem? I tell you why exactly. I used mosaic mesh and water-based adhesive. You know, I stick the tiles so close together. There was even, you know, they was touching each other. So what happened is, after the pool installation, after we install the mosaics in the pool, and we start to make grouting. What happened is, because of the tile was too close together, there was no chance that grouting could hold the tiles. So the first thing you're going to do is leave some gap between the tiles. Might be look a bit strange in the workshop, but you know, when you install the tiles in a pool and water comes in, you even don't see the gaps. So it will give the mosaics a chance to get hold by the grouting. So don't even let them touch, you know. Leave a gap like 2 millimeters or something like that. Why was a mistake to use mosaic mesh? It was actually not about the mosaic mesh, it was the water-based adhesive, because, you know, when you stick tiles close together and there is no grouting, no grout have a chance to get in, and you fill a pool with water and it starts to press the tiles, so the tiles will start to move, you know. Tiles will start to move a bit, and when they start to move, water with that pressure will try to get between the tiles, you know, and they will exactly get under your tile. So what happened then? All the pressure will try to get that piece out from your mesh, you know. I'm sorry, I don't have any knots I don't make any notes, so I'm getting straight into it like someone who don't know dance in a disco, you know. Once that water is getting, you know, under your tile, you're already fucked. Why? Because that water-based adhesive, you know, it gets transparent when it dries, and it will turn in white when it gets wet again. So that means that water will start to touch, will move under your mosaic somehow, and will make all your water-based adhesive wet again. Water-based adhesive is takes some, you know, how you call it, it gets bigger when it gets wet, and it gets smaller when it gets dry. So when that water-based adhesive gets wet again, it will get a big, you know, it will stretch out somehow, and your tiles will get out the mesh. You know what I mean? Yeah, with that broke English, you f***ed up. In a few couple of days, what you will see is swimming mosaic tiles, you know, on the surface of your pool, which is a disaster. Almost the end of your mosaic. It will cost a lot of money. So what you're gonna do? I don't prefer to use mosaic mesh in a pool. Okay, let's say this is a piece of mosaic tile, and you put some glue on your tile and you press it on your mesh. What happens is glue material will, you know, get that surface, cover it. So that means when you want to install your mosaic mesh in the pool, the tin set don't have a chance to reach the tile because it's already covered with glue material. You know what I'm saying? And glue material is actually shiny. It don't get in contact, you know, in chemical way with the tin set. So the tiles are actually not glued. It sticks on the mesh, it's okay, but it doesn't get stick on your pool surface. So it's just staying there for a while because they have a lot of pressure. When the water starts to, you know, waving and stuff, that even that cleaning, you know, that pool cleaning machines which is running on the surface of the pool, so it will start to get all that pieces out slowly from your mesh. I definitely will recommend you to use this craft paper. Using mosaic mesh is like sticking tiles directly. Using a paper is like you stick your tiles, you know, from the opposite way. So it's like face mounted. So when you stick your tiles on the floor and you make that craft paper wet, you will stick it out and your mosaic will stay on the floor on your tin set. So it will give that tin set a chance to hold that tile directly, you know. And your grouting will, like, if you have enough space, as I told you, enough gap between the tiles, your grout will, you know, flow directly to the tin set. So it will get hold from the sides and from the base, or what is that calling? So it will get hold from three-dimensional and blah blah. Then that broke English. Definitely use paper, you know, face-mounted paper. The installation part, where you should take care about is definitely go to professional tin set stuff. You can buy it, I'm sure, by Mapai. The brand Mapai is the best I can say that I saw for the last 15 years. You know, it has a lot of specifications for different mosaic installations. So I will try to write everything at the description below where you can find and buy them. That glue stuff and everything. One of the questions was, can I use silicone and mosaic mesh? Definitely not. You know, silicone, what is that? Silicone is like a soft stuff. First of all, silicone is not an adhesive, you know. Silicone is just to insulate some corners, you know. You know how it works. It's not, that's about Larry, hold on. Bye-bye, bye-bye. That's cool, everything is okay. It's the first day in your school in Izmir, so go, go, go. Exhibit alacak mısın?
Hayır.
Exhibit? This is your first school day. What do you think? Oh. Okay, what was I saying? Silicone. Silicone is some soft stuff, you know, normally, but I don't know why. When you try to get silicone out of the tube, you know, there is some pieces, particles sometimes. So when you press your tiles on your mesh, it actually will try to, you know, come up. You can't see it with your eye, you know, but you can find out after when you get that call about your pool. So silicone, never use in a pool. Never use silicone anywhere. I'm using silicone sometimes, but it's just, you know, by larger tiles and, you know, big ceramic tiles, it's okay to use silicone. But in a pool, it's not a good idea. Silicone, no. The main thing is the tin set during the Mosaic installation in your pool have to touch each Mosaic tile as much as possible, you know. And if you use any of this type of adhesives, you know, on your Mosaic tile, it will, you know, don't give a chance that tin set to get, you know, because it's covered with all that adhesive. So use face mounted paper and you glue it directly. So the next important thing is how to get your drawing, your stuff, you know, on that craft paper. So you will need a copy center or something like that. You go to there, give them your drawing on, you know, on your database and say them, I want to have that mirror look of this drawing. So the next thing you're going to do, you go to your workshop and you have to transfer that drawing you get from the copy center, you know, the mirror, to that craft paper by using, we say, carbon paper. You know, you just put it between and you draw your line on and you have it on that craft paper stuff. That's all you're gonna do. Then you start to glue with that normally water-based adhesive, you know, in the tile in the opposite way. And during the installation part, you install all the mosaics, all that paper, give them numbers, you know, if it's a big one. And the next thing you're gonna do, after 24 hours, you make all that, you know, that paper stuff wet. So once it became wet, that paper is going, you know, it will, you know, loses, how to say that? So the paper, that craft paper, after installation and 24 hours waiting, then you make it wet, and then you will see that the color is changing from the paper a bit, and you can just stick it out and you will see your mosaic tiles are on the floor, very clean, hold it by each millimeter by the tin set, and it's time to start up your grouting. So it's possible that some tiles will come out with that paper. Just stick it out and, you know, stick it again where it used to be. The next stuff is the grouting part. You know, I definitely, as I told you, recommend you use Mappai, definitely, because it's very technically strong and everything. If you know about epoxy stuff, use it. You know, epoxy will give your mosaic life in that pool forever. So if you don't know how to use epoxy, like me, just call someone who have an idea how it's work. You know, epoxy is very cool because it is gluing the tiles and it is a grouting material in the same time. As I told you, it's not a regular tin set. You know, epoxy is different. It gets dry very fast, and you have to definitely know how to mix that stuff because it has two components. So just call someone and let him do it for you. Broke English and broke... Something is burning out there. Somewhere.